Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the first wave of ghosts from the brand new Ghostbusters Afterlife toy line from Hasbro. Bit of a side note, I think I'm just going to start calling this the Ghostbusters Afterlife toy line because I don't really know what else to call it. From everything I can see on the packaging, it's just called Ghostbusters. It's obviously a mix of the old movie, the new movie, and probably whatever else they want to do. But for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to call it the Ghostbusters Afterlife toy line. In any case, all that said, our first wave of ghosts here, we have Slimer, Muncher, and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. You can see Slimer and Stay Puft have the classic 1984 crest down here. Obviously, they're from the original movie. Muncher is from Afterlife. He's kind of like our new famous ghost, almost like our new Slimer, if you will. So he looks interesting. I don't know too much about him. Just he hasn't really shown up too much in the trailers, but I have seen him in a lot of the toy images and promotional things like that. So looking forward to seeing this movie. I really can't wait. It's been delayed several times, so can't wait till Thanksgiving when it finally comes out. So let's take a look at these. Here we have Slimer. Now it looks like we have action features, kind of like the original Kenner ghosts. So his head's going to pop up and his lower jaw is going to pop down. Next up we have Muncher. They also have little bios on the back, which is kind of neat. It says he eats anything metallic, so it looks like he also shoots it back out. And then we have Stay Puft over here. I'm not quite sure what's going on. He pops up and starts melting. It says Ghost Fright Feature. Okay, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know why. Oh, I see. So you can see kind of here in the artwork, he's got the little Stay Puffs. It looks like he's spawning them. If you can see, we'll take a look closer on, but there's some little faces molded in there. So I guess this is him kind of spawning tinier Stay Puft Marshmallow Men, which again, not a feature in the original movie, but I guess they're kind of dual purposing this guy because the new movie I have seen in the trailer, there are little Stay Puffs running around, which looks kind of adorable. So pretty much it for the packaging for these three. I'm going to go ahead and get them out of there, and then we're going to take a closer look. So here they are out of their packaging. We'll start over here with Slimer. I really like the animation style they're using for these figures. It looks really great. Giant kind of jagged teeth. The eyes looking absolutely crazy. He comes with this cool little stand so that it looks like he's floating. I think that's fantastic. Now you can see he's got a button here on the back. So if we just go ahead and push that, the hands raise up, the head raises up, and then his whole kind of front section drops down. You can see his spine and I guess his ribs here. And then just really gigantic tongue all just kind of hanging out. So kind of goofy, kind of weird, but if you go ahead, push this down, and then that'll click into place and it kind of resets. So the directions are not great on these, I'll be honest. In fact, there aren't really any directions. It's just the back of the card showing, you know, it in the stationary position and then kind of doing the feature. It doesn't really tell you what to do. Like for Slimer, is very intuitive. There's just a button on the back. Muncher has two kind of gimmicks. The front of his stomach here is kind of a rubbery plastic, and he's got two buttons here on the back. And if you press them, they kind of come forward and kind of stretch that material a little bit. So it looks like he's eating a fire hydrant and a stop sign, which is really, really neat. I like that a lot. Now, he does have this feature here with this giant ball of metal in his mouth, and the directions show that coming forward. So I thought it was like a spring-loaded missile or something. If you just kind of lift up the hands, it just kind of comes out of his mouth like that, but doesn't actually fire all the way out. But again, that's just something you kind of have to figure out. The directions do not really make it apparent. Like, buttons on the back are very obvious, but this I just kind of had to figure out just by, you know, seeing what parts of the figure actually moved. But I think that's kind of neat. It looks like it's firing forward. Very, like I said, these really are reminiscent of the original Kenner monsters. They feel very similar to me with the action features and things like that. And I think they're really neat. Next up, we have Stay Puft. Again, really like the design here. Very, very cool. Now you can see his leg over here move, so if I push this in, his torso spins around, and then the hands go up. And I said, like earlier, we have the little Stay Puffs molded in around the center there. So I guess he's spawning little Stay Puft Marshmallow Men. Now to get this back down, you actually spin this around like so, and as you get about towards the bottom, the hands will rotate down as well, and then it just kind of clicks into place, and then you just hit that again and it spins back around. So kind of cool. I like it a lot. You get this spun around again. So the action features for all three are pretty cool. I think they all look really good, very bright, very colorful. Love the kind of artwork style they use for these figures. And I really like this feature for Muncher where the items kind of almost come through his skin and kind of stretch that out. Hopefully that doesn't wear over time because it is kind of a softer rubbery plastic here. But overall, I think they're really neat. They don't have a ton of articulation. I mean, really, they don't have any articulation. It's just the feature. Pieces move as part of the action feature, but you can't really move the hands on their own without triggering the feature. But I still think they're pretty neat. I like all three of these. They were $10.99, the same price as the Ghostbusters. And speaking of the Ghostbusters, let's just go ahead. We'll bring Egon in here for scale, just so you can kind of get an idea of how big they are. I would assume Egon probably scales fairly well with these two. Stay Puft was always much larger, but you know, going into this, I knew he wasn't going to scale well because obviously they can't make it. I mean, they can make a life-size one, well, life-size, in comparison to the figures, but that would have to be like some kind of Kickstarter or something crazy. Who knows? Maybe the next HasLab is going to be an in-scale to plasma series Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I don't really know what he would do. I feel like, you know, what could they give him for action features, but could be neat. In any case, here is the Egon from this same line. Scales pretty well with these two, and they're all $10.99 at Target. That's where I found these. So, you know, which do I think? Do I think the Ghostbusters are better than the Ghosts? I think they're about the same, honestly. I think they're both worth about $10. I think that value is pretty solid. And I enjoy these three. I think they look pretty cool. I like the action features. And, you know, I'm sure if you're one of those people that enjoys putting slime with the toys, you could probably get the ectoplasm or whatever they call it somewhere else. I feel like it would probably make the most sense for Slimer if you wanted to kind of put some slime in here. Maybe inside Stay Puft as well. But I don't think Muncher lends himself well to kind of adding slime. But oh, you can actually push him all the way down on the stand as well. Okay. I just realized that. I kind of like the idea of him like floating up a little bit. So I was just doing this originally because it kind of looks like he's, you know, floating in the air. But apparently you can push him down if you prefer. So hey, I just learned something new. Like I said, I wish there were directions. I wish there were clear directions about how these worked. So then he flips all the way up. I'm going to be honest, I kind of like having him float up in the air a little bit. I like that a little bit better. So you can leave it up, you can push it down, whatever you prefer. In any case, I think these are fun. I think they're definitely worth $10 a piece. Very colorful, very detailed, and the action features I think are a lot of fun. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.